Hello and welcome to Grade Expectations. I'm your host Grade, and today I wanted to do a quick spec video on a comic that came out last week. It is Taskmaster number 3. This comic was kind of under the radar, coming in last week, so I didn't pre-order any on any of the websites I use. However, once the comic was released, I found out it's the first appearance of Taegukgi, which is a South Korean superhero of some kind. We don't know too much. He's been in one comic. He is dressed in all white, kind of has a Pepsi symbol or a flag symbol on his chest, and presumably is something akin to the Captain America of South Korea. So when I actually looked at like on the internet at the comic, he's really in the comic quite a bit. Seems pretty interesting. It's a good story. It's got a great cover, as you can see here, and so I thought I'd pick some up. So it came out last week. You figure it's going to be about cover price. I looked on eBay uh, right away. This is, say, Thursday last week, and I really couldn't find any of this comic. And so I started going through the different comic sites, and it was sold out everywhere. However, I did find uh, one site that had copies of this book, and they were $5 Canadian each, which is about $4 American. And so I bought 8 copies, which is all they had. And so it's a first appearance comic. It is kind of like, it could be anything. We don't know anything about this character. He could never show up again, or he could have a future. And so this is the kind of comic when I watch Spec Collector or other collectors. This is the kind of comic where it has a low price entry fee to get in, where um, you know, it could be wise to pick up a few copies and stash. And so that's what I intend to do. What I really liked about one of Spec's hits is he had something like 30 copies of Blue Marvel #1, which is a first appearance as well. And when he bought them, 5, 10 years ago, probably 10 years ago, he didn't think it was going to be a big deal or that it was going to be an expensive comic book. He bought he bought it because he liked the look of the character, seemed a little different, and he tucked it away. He bought it cheap, tucked it away, and revisited 10 years later to find out it's a huge hit. So this is the kind of comic that I've like I've always got my eyes out for. And what I do is I have a short box. It says hold on it, and it's simply comics that I am, kind of guessing on, that have a first appearance, that could be important in the future. Low price of entry, and hoping for the next big thing. Like, you got to figure when Miles Morales came out, it wasn't immediately a $300 comic or something like that. People knew there was a first appearance. He hadn't been accepted. You don't really know too much about him. You just know it's a new character, and in retrospect, it's the new Spider-Man, so that's a thing. But we don't know much about this character. It seems like it could be a good deal. So, print run. This comic presumably has a very low print run. Now on Comicron, it doesn't have any of the numbers for print run for Taskmaster 1, 2, or 3. It simply isn't out yet. So what I did was I looked back at another limited series, and I looked at Star from earlier in 2020. And Star 3 had a print run of 22,000, which kind of, I would assume, is in line to what Taskmaster 3 has, which is, low print run. 23,000 would be great. First appearance, and if it's desirable, really, that's a comic that's really going to go up in value. So again, I bought 8 of them for $4 American each, 40 bucks plus shipping. I listed 2 on eBay and they sold right away. I waited till I got the comics, so I sold them today. Uh, would, and it took like 5 days to get the comics. So I sold 2. I sold them at 25 US each, 50 bucks. That pays for all 8 of the comics that I got, and my plan is to stash the other 6 and just see if this is like an easy win. And yeah, I wanted to make this video just to say this is something I bought, something easy, something cheap, and not all spec has to be Strange Academy 1, Young Avengers 1, where like it's expensive right away and it's hard to get and the price is going up. This could be a sleeper in 10 years, and hopefully it is, and in 5, 10 years, maybe I'll get them slabbed and they're worth 500 bucks. So we'll we'll see. Time will tell, and that's it. So everyone like and subscribe. I make random videos. If I see something that's coming out, I'll make a video. Uh, you know when I'm going to buy it, and that could be a good heads up for you to consider purchasing as well. And yeah, if you have any comments or you want to continue the discussion, leave a comment for me and I'll respond to it. Thanks. Have a good night.